Dragonfly TV, real kids doing real science.
Hi, I'm Imran.
And I'm Nabil.
We have a lot of fun together.
No matter what we're doing.
But our favorite thing to do is to write stories.
Science fiction stories. Cyberspace.
Time-space continuum.
Positronic brain.
Roboprotons.
We get some of our best ideas for stories at SciWorks, the science museum where we live.
I fear we're out of control.
I make sound.
Here, around the curves.
Oh, look at that skill.
Drive just
Is it a real bison?
No, it's a real dead bison.
Our favorite thing at SciWorks is the animals.
But not these animals. These animals!
I gotta go.
We met Kelly, who takes care of the farm animals. She introduced us to all of them.
This is Snowflake. This is Teeny, and she is a Black Angus cross. Little brown one is Snickers.
Later, baby.
And this is her mom, May. And the little black and white one, that's S'mores.
Besides farm animals, the environmental park at SciWorks has other animals like deer, otters, and ducks.
Oh, look at those deer. I'm sure glad this fence is here.
Whoa, look how tall it is.
Yeah, I've never been this close to a deer before.
I wonder what makes some animals farm animals and others not.
That's a good question.
Come on, let's go check it out.
We went back to look at the farm animals once more to find the answers to our question.
We started by making a list of behaviors that we could use to compare farm animals with wild animals.
So, what do you think we need to know in order to start a farm?
I guess we would need to know what the animals eat.
Yeah. We would also need to know where they live.
Yeah, would they live in a barn or an open space?
I think I'd like a friendly animal better because I'm going to be around them a lot.
And I would pick a useful animal because I need a good reason to work so hard on a farm. So what do we got so far?
Diet, environment, friendliness, and usefulness.
Well, I think that sounds like a pretty good list.
We took our list of questions straight to the barn. We kept a scorecard for each animal we observed. A green check means that their behavior would be easy to manage and farm-friendly. A red X means it would be harder to manage their behavior on a farm.
Whoa, look at the barn. Here comes Snowflake, and she goes straight for the food.
We saw Snowflake eat pellets and hay.
Looks like dog food.
She lived in her own stall, and she was very friendly to us. Horses are useful on farms for riding and for pulling carts.
Just like Snowflake, the sheep ate pellets and lived in a barn.
They can be used for their milk, and a lot of people get them for their wool. They seem pretty friendly.
Both cows love their hay. They're good at sharing their food and their space in the barn. They didn't seem to mind us being around.
We know cows have many uses, from milk and cheese to meat.
Well, here are the goats.
It looked like the goats were eating the same kind of food as the other animals.
You got a lot of room to run around, and you have that big pasture out there.
The goats were friendly and curious. Just like cows, goats are often used for their milk.
We noticed that even though the animals live in the same barn, the different animals have their own stalls. And they have plenty of space for running around.
Let's head over to the environmental park and see if any of those wild animals have what it takes to live on a farm.
Sure, that's a good idea. Oh, these otters are cool.
We decided that we would need a lot of water if we started an otter farm.
What is that they're eating?
I think it's fish. I'll write that down.
We didn't see any other meat eaters at the barn.
The otters were curious, but not necessarily friendly. They were definitely entertaining.
We guessed that people might like to use otters for their fur.
Well, let's take some notes on the deer.
We noticed that deer need a lot of space to run around, but they also need a tall fence to keep them from running away.
The deer ate pellets, just like the farm animals. It was hard to know if the deer were friendly or not.
They seem pretty friendly, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's just because they've been around people a lot.
Yeah, this seems to be pretty unusual for deer.
We know deer are useful for their hide and as food.
Well, I think we've seen enough. Let's go.
Yeah.
After watching all of the animals, we felt like we needed to learn more about farms.
Kelly told us about some local farms that we could visit.
Our first stop was a donkey farm.
I didn't know there were farms just for donkeys. The donkeys had a barn and a pasture, just like most of the animals at SciWorks. They also ate the same food.
There's a lot of haystacks up there.
They looked like they wanted attention from us.
We learned that people use donkeys for lots of different reasons, from pets to cart pulling. Our second stop was to a dairy farm, where we met more than 60 cows.
We saw firsthand what cows are used for.
Time to milk the cows.
Wow. I wonder if it hurts.
It doesn't hurt them.
The cows are friendly enough to let us get good and close.
How many gallons of milk do they give every day?
They usually give anywhere from 6 to 10 gallons a day.
Wow. So these cows, they have their own individual stalls right here.
What do they eat? They eat hay, corn, grains, and they eat the grass from the pasture.
Okay, Nabil, I think we've seen enough of the cows. Let's move on.
After having visited all these farms, I can see how important it is to have the right kind of space for certain animals.
Yeah, like the cows and the donkeys. They had two different types of barns. And the cows, they had room to roam around. But they each still have their own individual stalls.
Deer like to run fast and far. They also like to hide. I can't exactly picture a deer standing still in one of those stalls like the dairy cow.
Hey, you know, I think all the farm animals that we've seen have been grass eaters.
Yeah, I haven't exactly heard of any farm animals that were actually meat eaters. Even though every animal needs food and a good environment, their specific needs are different.
Yeah, and the simpler the needs of the animal, the easier it is to keep them on a farm. Hey, you know, I just got an idea for our next science fiction story idea.
All right, let me guess. Does it involve farms and an alternate planet?
You got it. Now, there's a planet far, far away, and they need cows, but they don't have any cows.
Surf on over to the Dragonfly TV website at pbskidsgo.org. Stream a cool DFTV video, play an awesome game, or try a surprising do it. And don't forget to tell us what you're doing with science. We want to hear from you.
Major funding for Dragonfly TV is provided by the National Science Foundation, supporting education and research across all fields of science and engineering.